In his last major speech before presidential elections, he's almost guaranteed to win again. Vladimir Putin sounded more like his Cold War predecessors, warning of a nuclear war, showing elaborate animations of what he called invincible nuclear weapons. Like this apparently new low-flying cruise missile described as having a limitless range and unpredictable flight path, evading American missile defenses and shown targeting the United States. And a long-range underwater drone tipped with a nuclear warhead.
I think we ought to take this very seriously. Vladimir Putin is a very serious leader. He has a powerful scientific establishment behind him, and several of these weapons will be game changers.
President Trump, seldom critical of Russia, didn't respond, but the White House did.
U.S. defense capabilities are and will remain second to none. And now, because of the new defense budget of $700 billion, our military will be far stronger than ever.
To some, it all harkens back to the duck and cover days of the American-Soviet arms race. But not everyone is convinced.
The little threat about nuclear weapons was really interesting because, boy, if ever there were an empty threat, that was it.
But the Pentagon has been warning that Russia has been developing advanced cruise missiles. Putin saying today, nobody listened to us. It's time to listen to us now. This presentation will set off a huge effort by the Pentagon to figure out how ready these weapons really are and how to defend against them. But it seems clear that President Putin has set the tone for his next 6 years in office.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.